Before we get started in today's video, I just want to show you guys a little promo code that basically you get 100 shards for free. So what you would do is press tab, or if you're on mobile, click this little 3 dots right here, and then you want to go over to promo and type the code in 100 mil party. You would redeem it and get 100 shards. Now I already redeemed the code, but you will get 100 shards for free, and you guys can use that, in this cash shop, or you can use it to buy yourself a rank on the battle pass, whatever you want to do. But with that being said, let's get started into today's video. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier ranking on all the World 0 classes, S being the best rank and D being the worst rank, and basically C, B, and A are just like in the middle. Obviously A being like, okay, it's still a pretty good class and you should probably still get it and play with it, and like B rank and C rank is like, it's up to you if you really want that class, but in my opinion it's not worth getting, or at least it's not worth the time to grind out to get. But anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going from right to left in that order. So we're gonna be starting off with basically Dual Wielder, which in my personal opinion, this class is, I will say this class is probably, I'll probably say B rank. And the reason why I say B rank is because Dual Wielder can deal a lot of damage really fast. The whole thing with Dual Wielder is that it's more of a class that if you want to be fast attacking and still do some decent amount of damage, this is Dual Wielder. And Dual Wielder is definitely above some of these classes down here, and I'll obviously tell you guys why. But Dual Wielder, I'll say it's a B. It's like right in the middle in terms of how good it is, and if I would recommend it to anybody, it's B rank. So let's go ahead and move on to Elementus. This class I'm gonna say this class is a D. I'm sorry guys, this class is just the worst class, at least in my opinion. I do not like Elementus at all. This class is just garbage to me. It's so not useful, and if you guys are like, first getting your like tier 2 classes, I believe Elementus is a tier 2 class, it might be. But when you guys are like, picking out your tier 2 classes, do not go for Elementus unless that's what you want. If that's your play style, go for it, but Elementus is very, very bad. And I'll show you guys a little bit of gameplay of Elementus right now on screen. This class is not the best. I tend to have a hard time just using it. Like, only thing that's good about it is that it does have homing, like icicles that you shoot out. But other than that, a lot of the time, especially with the ultimate, it can miss. And the reason why is because you need the enemy to be in a certain spot while that ultimate is going off, or while some of your attacks are going off. And 9 times out of 10, the enemy is not going to be, in the same spot. So Elementus is just not for me personally. I don't like it. I don't enjoy using it. And I feel it's too much of a hassle to even use to begin with, especially if you take the PvP side of World 0 into consideration. Elementus is the bottom of the bottom. It's not going to do you any good. You're better off using like the starter class than Elementus, in my personal opinion. But let's go ahead and go with Paladin here. So Paladin is actually really good. I'll put this at A tier. Paladin is really good. It does a lot of damage, or it can do a lot of damage if you know how to use it, and it also has a blocking ability and a ability to heal itself and nearby allies. So Paladin is really good. I would say Paladin was probably the second best class up until Archer and Dragon was added. I would say Paladin was second best, and first being Demon, but Paladin was like really, really good. And oh, someone's calling me, guys. Hold on. Hey, sorry about that. That was my girlfriend. Okay. Anyways, Paladin, it's really good. Not only can you block, but you can regen, and you can also deal a lot of damage with Paladin. And it's just really good if you want to be a tank and also have the ability to heal yourself and that's basically it. If you want to be a tank and can heal yourself. And Paladin, obviously, if you time the blocking right, you can basically just solo any dungeon and any tower that you do with Paladin. You can literally solo them if you know how to time your block and you know how to time your healing ability. You can basically solo anything in the game. Like, Paladin is that good. So if you guys, you know, have the chance to get Paladin, I would get it hands down. Like, it's really good. You can heal yourself, you can block with it, and basically take no damage when you block. And if anything, that damage, I believe, with the block skill, not only do you not take any damage, or you take like very little amount of damage, but also that damage is dished back out to the attacker. So like, if a guy hits you for like 10k and you blocked at the right moment, you'll probably take like 2k, maybe 1k damage, but you'll dish back out like 3 or 4k back to that guy. So it's really good. And honestly, Paladin is, a lot of people for some reason don't like Paladin, but it deserves its credit. It can be used like really, really good if you know how to use it. But that's my opinion on Paladin. It's really good. You guys should get it. Okay, so now we're moving on to Berserker. Okay, Berserker for me is a B rank. It's right in the middle. I don't really like Berserker all that much. I do have Berserker unlocked and I do use it sometimes, depending on if I want to try and deal a lot of damage. But that's the thing about Berserker, is that they could dish out a lot of damage and they're basically a tank. Their role is just to be a tank and to like get the enemy's attention and deal out damage or dish out damage. But you typically get like overwhelmed as a Berserker, because obviously if you're taunting enemies to you, you're gonna probably die. Like, unless you're able to kill them fast enough, or if you have an ultimate, you're probably going to die, because Berserker does not have that much health. Like, I mean, I've seen some Berserkers with like, at least nowadays, with like 190k or 200k health, which is pretty decent. But I don't know, Berserker for me is just not really worth it. It's like, the only time Berserker would be really good is if you have someone who can heal you and put a shield around you, like a Mage of Light. If you have one of those guys, then yes, Berserker can be really good, because you can count on somebody to heal you and put a shield on you while you dish out damage and taunt the enemy. But other than that, if you're like going in solo, or if you're PvPing, Berserker is middle class for me. It's not that good. I would not recommend it, but if you guys have the opportunity to get it and you're like, you know, trying to pick what class you should start off first with, maybe Berserker. But I believe Berserker and Paladin are in the same tier ranking, so obviously I would just say go with Paladin. But hey, I mean, if you want to dual wield with 2 axes and you want to be like, you know, dealing a lot of damage and be a complete taunting tank, then go with Berserker. But other than that, that's where I see Berserker as a B rank. It's not the most useful class, but it's not also the most useless class. But that's where I see Berserker. Now we have, I believe, what is this? I believe this is Guardian. Guardian to me is probably a C rank. It's basically just a weaker version of Berserker. That's pretty much all Guardian is yeah, basically a weaker version of Berserker. I don't think Guardian deals out as much damage as Berserker does, and it's just overall just a weaker version of Berserker. The next class we got is Archer. Obviously, Archer is S tier. Archer is very overpowered, at least the making of this video, before they tweak the class or update the class. Archer is very, very overpowered. I made like 2 videos on it. Archer is really good. If you guys have not seen any of those videos, I would check them out. Archer is amazing. Like, you have long range, you deal a massive amount of damage, and to a certain degree you can spam your ultimate attack because it does not have a cooldown. The cooldown system for Archer is just like your arrows, and you can get those arrows back really fast. I am sorry guys for that. People just won't leave me alone, but you can recharge your ultimates really fast with Archer. I would definitely suggest getting Archer, like hands down, probably the best class in the game in my opinion. Now, the next class we have is Demon. Obviously, Demon is also S tier. Demon is also really good because of its lifesteal abilities and that it also has range, but mostly because of his lifesteal. Demon, in terms of damage, does just as much damage, I believe, as a Paladin does, or maybe a Berserker. But Demon can also heal itself and also deal damage at the exact same time with lifesteal. Lifesteal takes away health from the opponent or enemy, and it gains health to the user. So Demon is really good. In terms of PvP, it's still, at least in my opinion, unless you Archer and Demon are at this point are kind of like neck and neck when it comes to PvP. I think Demon has just slightly an edge because of his lifesteal abilities, but an Archer can really mess up a Demon in PvP. Like, you gotta watch out for Archers, dude, because they can one-shot you if you're not careful. Like, they can pull off a combo and just your health will be gone, you'll be deleted, and that'll be it. So the next class we have is Mage of Lights. This class is also a B class. It's not the worst class, and I think it's the only support class besides Paladin, if you want to count Paladin as a support class. Mage of Light is pretty much the only support class that you can heal people, give shields around people. This class is B mainly because that it does not deal a lot of damage other than healing and shielding people. That's mainly it. It does not deal a lot of damage. I believe it probably even does as much damage as like maybe a Guardian might be able to pull off in a full combo, but our Mage of Light does not do that much damage, and obviously the main role for Mage of Light is just to support, heal, and keep everybody alive, and that's very important actually. If you guys are doing dungeons or raids, especially raids like tower raids, you guys need a healer. Like, I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people go into these towers without healers, or they go into these dungeons, these like really hard dungeons without healers, and you having a really tough time. Now, I mean, obviously if you have a whole bunch of people who are like using like Archer or Demon or something, then you'll probably be fine. But if you have like, Paladin, maybe Paladin too. Paladin, you'll be fine with Paladin. But if you're using any of these other classes, you're gonna need a Mage of Light. Like, I can't stress this enough. A lot of people they make that mistake. You need a Mage of Light, or at least you need some sort of form of healing, of support. Whether it be a pet or a Mage of Light, you just need them. They're crucial. But yeah, that's where I see Mage of Light. It's a B. Really, really good for support. Really bad for damage. Now we have Dragon, or Dragoon. This class, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but this class is also A tier for me. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. I do not find Dragon that enjoyable. Like, it's not that fun compared to Archer. Like, if anything, it's I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but Dragon is not the best class for me. Like, I don't know, like some of you guys, Dragon is probably the best thing that's ever happened to World Zero, and some of you, Dragon is like the worst thing that's ever happened. To me, I'm like right in the middle. Dragon is, I'm not going to downplay Dragon. Dragon is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Dragon is bad. At least not anymore. Not that they fixed it. But don't get me wrong. Dragon is good, but there's two classes, well, maybe three, maybe Paladin too, that just slightly tops it for me. Like, Dragon does do a lot of damage if you have crits, like if you have crit stacks and stuff like that. Dragon can do a lot of damage, but that's just it. That's all Dragon can do. It's just damage. Like, for me, it's just not that good. Like, it's a class that deals a lot of damage, but at what cost? Like, you're gonna be getting like hits a lot. Now, obviously, a lot of the times you're gonna be playing dungeons with a group of people and towers with a group of people, so you might be able to get away with being a Dragon. But for me, Dragon is just not that good. Like, I find myself in a lot of sticky situations with Dragon. Like if I'm playing a tower raid with like 5 people and like somebody dies or something, or I'm by myself and I'm like dealing with a group of enemies, 9 times out of 10 my health is dropping like to at least 50% before I take out that group. Like sometimes I stress out with Dragon. Like it's just not that fun for me. I know it looks very flashy, but in terms of like damage dealing wise, I'll probably say Dragon is like on par with maybe like a Paladin in terms of how much damage they can deal. But that's really it. I mean, Dragon is a weird spot for me. Like I'm not trying to really diss the class. Like it is a good class. It's just it's not the class for me. I don't see the charm of it. I don't feel like I'm doing that much with Dragon, and that's honestly it. Like, I mean, this whole thing is my opinion. Some of you guys might put Dragon up here as the best thing ever. Some of you might put it down here, but for me, that's where Dragon sits. It's like A tier. I think Paladin, Demon, and Archer are better than Dragon because of what they can do and what they can accomplish. But Dragon is definitely better than all these classes below, especially Elementus. Dragon is definitely like tiers, just leaps, miles above all of these classes down here. And that's about it. That's basically my Swordburst class tier list. I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset about Dragon. Like I said, it's my opinion. For me, Dragon is just not really doing it all that much. Like, I've had Dragon when it first came out, and it put a bad taste in my mouth for Dragon. Since then, I have not used it all that much, so maybe I can go back to using it and see if I can find some enjoyment out of it. But for me, when Dragon first came out, like the first week or first 2 weeks of Dragon, it was terrible. I did not enjoy it at all, and I was having a really bad time with Dragon. Like, the attacks would miss, and I know a lot of you guys are like, you gotta aim it, you gotta aim it, you gotta aim it. No, you guys do not understand. A lot of you probably got Dragon after the tweak, or a lot of you guys got Dragon like just way later on. I got it day 1, 5 minutes after it came out. I got it. I bought it with Roblox. I got it the second it came out, and it was bad. It was hands down bad. Anybody, like, I would love to see somebody who got it day 1 and tell me that it did not have its issues. It did. And for me, it was terrible. The attacks would miss. I know you have to aim it, but no, even aiming it, even the attacks being directly aimed at somebody would sometimes miss. Now, I don't know if it was due to lag or if the class was just really bad. But other than that, I did not have a good time with Dragon, and this is where Dragon has to go. Oh man, I know these videos turn into a rant about Dragon. It's just, I got so much hate last time, but that's where Dragon sits for me. This is where all the classes sit for me. I think Archer is hands down the best class, period. It's really fun to use. It's really great in PvP. Like, this class overall is amazing. And Demon is just right behind it. I mean, I think Demon is still pretty good. Like, especially in PvP, you're going to be winning a lot of your fights, like with Demon. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Later on today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, I might upload it tomorrow. I'm going to probably be making a video about me trying to solo all the dungeons and basically doing a walkthrough of the entire game from floor 1 to floor 6 or floor 5 or whatever it's called, or world 5 or world 6, with Archer. So that should be interesting, and I will say the early stages of it will be definitely very annoying because they have not fixed Archer. By that I mean they don't have, like, you can't really unlock gear for Archer until you get to like the really high level dungeons, which I disagree with so much, like so very much. Because what if you have a new player or someone who's a low level, who's like level 20, level 30, and they say, hey, this Spirit Archer class looks really cool, I want to buy it, and then, you know, they buy it with Robux, and I know a lot of you people don't like that, but they buy it with Robux and they realize, oh crap, I can't get any gear until like level 80. So hopefully they fix that soon, but I don't know, we'll see. But without keep ranting on and keep talking, I'm gonna end the video here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.